Hello, my name is RabbidLuigi, and welcome to a very strange video. Maybe the first of many. I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy it, if you're going to enjoy it, but I think it's a fun experiment, and I'm going to see how it goes. I want to look into tier lists, because the difference between tier lists and what I usually do a top 10 or a top 5. This is just ranking everything of a subject, and that is more challenging in a way, because I have to talk negatively and positively, and also about script, so I'm sure that will go really well. Today I've chosen Super Mario games, or I think it is just Super Mario games. This is tiermaker.com, by the way, and it's a really good website for looking at all sorts of tier lists, and some of them can get extravagant and spectacular. And I did think, for a first episode, should I talk about every Mario game and go big, or should I just say, hey, there's like, I don't know how many that is, like 15, 20 maybe games. This is just Super Mario games. If you were to expand it, and there is a tier list on here for all Mario games, damn, I would be here for most of the day, and I don't really want to do that for a first episode. I've chosen Mario games because, like, there is some interesting disparity in quality. Like, obviously there's some incredible games here. Like, I can look through and immediately see ones that are going to be bumping up the top of the S rank, but there have been some notable down points, and I can see one already, and I'll be getting to that eventually, but, you know, we should see some contrast. How do I start a tier list video? I don't fucking know. Super Mario 3D World. It's a little hard to work out because, you know, I haven't really made a scale for myself yet. I guess we'll get that as we go along. I can't even... Oh, there we go. Generally, I quite like this game. It's a bit an odd experience because it's a very different style of Mario game. And it came out on the Wii U before they really understood that they needed to go back to 3D open world kind of stuff. Not necessarily 3D open world stuff, but it's a strange combination of styles of Mario games. It's a bit of a black sheep as far as 3D Mario games go. I do enjoy it. I don't think it's in the top bracket. I know a lot of people think it is in their opinion. Well, you're going to come to realize this is very heavily opinion based because, you know, it sold well. It got good review scores, but there are Mario games I like more. Like Super Mario Bros. U is very similar. Like it's arguably like the best version of this formula, and I think we got all of them here. It's really well refined over many years of doing this same formula, and it's definitely to the point where this was I mean, it's New Super Luigi U, which isn't here, but it was definitely at this point where the new part of that title started to wear a bit thin, and it didn't feel new. It felt recycled in a lot of places, but it is still really well refined and really good quality of a Mario game. But I can't feel like I can't put it in an S. I really can't, because it just feels like it's been played out. But the interesting thing is, immediately after we have the Wii version, which I'm going to put here because it's on when they brought it to the Wii, they thought, hey, everyone's got a Wii. We can do something fun with this, and we'll make it like really accessible 4-player multiplayer. The problem is, it's just the worst multiplayer you can possibly... Not the worst multiplayer, it's functional, it's not glitchy, but it's really disruptive. If you want to have a good time playing New Super Mario Bros. Wii, you have to play it alone, maybe with one friend. If you do it with 3 other friends, oh, it's going to be painful, I swear to God. Meanwhile, we have Super Mario Bros. 3, which I'm going to put in here with no question asked, because, like, I did a video about the top 10 Mario games. Like, it was a voted video. I should probably redo it. Maybe that's why I'm doing a tier list. I don't know. And nobody picked. I don't think anybody... A few people, but of the 10 games, Super Mario Bros. 3 was not included in the top 10 by votes, which is a very strange thing when you think about it, considering it's the NES game which I feel has aged the best, because you can pick it up now and it's still spectacular. We're going to get to Mario Bros. 1 eventually, which hasn't aged as well, but this is just, it's so good. It feels good to play. The physics is so well refined and defined as its own thing, and I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. The power-ups are wonderful. The enemies, it just works. What do you want me to say? I'm gonna script. I'm just gonna talk until someone tells me to stop. Mario Galaxy 2. I flip-flopped on this game so many times over the years. I would have, like, at the start of YouTube, I'd have bumped it right down here, because I was of the crowd that said that it was just too recycled, I suppose, from Super Mario Galaxy 1. And Galaxy 1's a good game. Again, we'll get to that, but like, what I like about Super Mario Galaxy 2, it's either S or A. I wish there was something in the middle. It would have its own tier. I can do that, but it would have its own tier in the middle. But like the lower end of S, because it is a very, very good game. It does feel a little bit strange in comparison to the first game. It's more arcade-like, whereas Super Mario Galaxy is like this big next-gen Mario game. We're just gonna throw in everything we've got, all the power-ups, all the presentation, the kick-ass story, all the brilliant characters. But then Super Mario Galaxy 2 strips a lot of that back, but tries to be a similar kind of game. And for that, I enjoy it. I enjoy it, but it's a different kind of enjoyment. Like, I can glaze my eyes over and enjoy it more than if I concentrate on it. Because if I concentrate, I realize there are flaws and, I guess, like, inconsistencies rather than flaws. And, you know, I'm just going to put this here because this is the same game, just, like, more consistent. Like, the highs in Mario Galaxy 2 are really, really impressive, but there's a lot in that game which is kind of recycled for recycled's sake, and, you know, it's difficult to find that balance, and Galaxy 1 finds it really nicely. And speaking of games that have no fucking balance, Super Mario Sunshine is my childhood Mario game. I think I was about 6, 7, 8 when it came out, and I played the shit out of it. I still do play the shit out of it. It's a wonderful... I want to say it's a wonderful game. It's a very fun game. Very, very fun. The physics are... The physics engine is unrefined, but enjoyable, because you can slide everywhere, you can just launch Mario everywhere, and the glitches happen. The glitches always happen. You can try and play the game without glitches, and it will just come up and maybe not ruin your day, but at least disrupt it a little bit. And it's hard for me to say this is a great Mario game. That's the thing. I have to put it... I almost want to put it in B, but I enjoy it too much. I'm going to put it in A because it's fun, if not good. It is good, but not great, I suppose. That's kind of what the 8 is for. I don't even know what B's for, but we'll work it out. Super Mario Maker! I miss this game, I really do, because in its heyday, it was something beautiful. It was just people making Mario Maker levels. You got some incredible creativity out of it. I do want to put it in A, but S is calling to me. I think S is a bit too ambitious. Just because, as a Mario game, it is strange that you buy this game, but there's not a lot preloaded into it. You have to make the game. You have to rely on other people to make the game. And whenever you have a game like that, and there are a few out there, you're very reliant on what luck of the draw you roll, basically, because there's every chance that the Mario Maker level you play next is hot garbage, and you feel like you've wasted your money, or you stumble across something incredible and you think, wow, you would have never seen anything like that in a Mario game. And I think for the moments where everything clicks, it is incredible, but it does fall flat in a few places. And, you know, I keep saying it, we'll get to Mario Maker 2, where, you know, yeah. Super Mario Bros. 2. I have no earthly idea. Is this... There's one here... Oh, that's Mario Land. Is that Mario Land? Oh, yeah. This is Mario Bros. 2, because I can see the vegetable. Is that a vegetable? Ah, fuck it. I am very silly. Oh, here we go. So this is... I feel like I knew this, but... So that's the American Mario Bros. And then this is what? The Japanese Mario Bros? Oh shit, it's for Lost Levels. Of course it is. I'm very silly. Right, so Mario Bros. 2. Can I just interrupt this and put that here? Mario Bros. I hate this game. I really hate it. Like, I get the point. We'll come back to Mario Bros. 2, but the original Mario Bros. 2 is a sinful, hateful game that hates you and video games. It's not the worst game ever made, but damn, with everything that Mario Bros. Does right, it tries very hard to be a difficult game by undoing a lot of the quality of Mario Bros. 1, and it doesn't feel fun to play. There's a spectrum. There's a spectrum of difficult video games out there. You got, like, Dark Souls at one end, and then you got, like, yeah, fucking I Wanna Be the Guys at the other, and this is bumping up against this one for being, like, unnecessarily mean-spirited, I suppose. It's just unnecessary. Why would you play it? It hurts. And why would you play it when you've got Mario Bros. 1 kicking around and it is still as good as it was ever been? Like, Mario Bros. 3, I think, is better because it's aged better, and it's still the game it was when it came out. This is very similar, but it's a lot more cut back, as it would be. It's the first game in the series, but it's enjoyable. It's very retro feel. Like, Mario's jump arc stays the same throughout how he jumps. You can't adjust it mid-arc. I think that's what I was trying to say. But it's still a lot of fun. It's difficult in a not bullshit way, unlike Mario Bros. 2. And I'd recommend it if you've never played. Who hasn't played the original Super Mario Bros. At this point? You know, he's dying of lava in the front cover. So, you know, it's what you signed up for. And let's be honest, nobody signed up for Super Mario Bros. 2. I don't actually know where to put this. It's so weird. It is a good game. It is a good game, but it is a strange, deeply strange Mario game. And I'm looking along the line. We have some stranger ones to come, but yeah, it's just a bit bizarre. Doki Doki Panic became a Mario game, and people were okay with that. I think, in the end. A bit of an unusual game. Cited a lot as actually a bad game in comparison to the first Mario Bros. I think that's really unfair. It is a quality game. It is a strange Mario game, though, and I think for that I have to put it here. I know a lot of people would really enjoy it. I didn't really play it growing up. Maybe people, if you played it growing up or played a remade version... Oh, excuse me. If you played a remade version growing up, then maybe you'd hold this in higher esteem. But for me, I can't put it any higher than a B. The first new Super Mario Bros. Game is very good, a really impressive return to form for Mario games on a handheld, and technically it's just like a new Super Mario Bros. Game. That's how they advertise it, that's how they continue to advertise it all the way to the Wii U, but it has qualities of the original Mario Bros. Game, but given a new coat of paint, given a hardware improvement, and the developers clearly enjoyed themselves, like playing around with all sorts of ideas and methodologies. The whole giant Mario, you can see him in the box art. They wanted to make sure you knew that the Mega Mushroom, the Super Mega Ultra Fuck You Mushroom, it didn't get much use, but damn, it was fun when it turned up, and I enjoyed it. I think did it come up in multiplayer? I remember the multiplayer. Multiplayer was incredible. I played that with friends for a long time, so I want to put it on par with the Wii U version. The Wii U version is better because it's so refined and so well detailed, but this is a very good first attempt to this idea. This piece of shit, however, I do not have time for. It is very, very similar to the first new Super Mario Bros. Game, which is immediately like a red flag that they haven't changed much, but what they did change was dumb and stupid. It's on the 3DS, so it has more a kick to it, but the whole gimmick around coins seems more like a Wario thing to do, and there's no Wario games on here, thank God, but, you know, it's an odd tone for a game because it's all about Mario collecting coins. You still get a life, a 1-up for getting 100 coins, and you can get like 5 lives in a level, so it's painfully so easy and also unnecessary, because for a lot of things, rather than being rewarded with anything substantial, you're given coins and more coins, and a lot of the power-ups are about coins, and it's great, but it's very like repetitive in a way. It's just coins. Everything about it is just fucking coins, and there's your C ranking for the first time, because it's not terrible, but I just don't want to. Why would you play it? This is really good, this is really good, this is bullshit, but not as bad as this, and, you know, I have no time for it. Ah, Super Mario Land, you are a beautiful thing at a time when I didn't appreciate you. I didn't play this game for a long time. Like, I knew of it, I knew that it was decent and black and white, which is wild for a Mario game, but it's on the original Game Boy. It's I think the first handheld Mario game, I want to say, and it is aged slightly weirdly. It's a fun game. I've said that a lot, I know that, but it's enjoyable in doses, in batches, because like a lot of other weird Mario games, it changes a lot. It's not like a new Super Mario Bros. Where it's designed to look like previous Mario games. There's a lot about it that is completely different to lots of Mario games, and as long as you can get past that, it's fun, but like, it's a bit of a weird one, I suppose. Super Mario 3D Land. I played this for a long time before I ever got a chance to play Super Mario 3D World, and seeing this concept mirrored in Super Mario 3D World was a strange thing, a very strange thing, but I did enjoy playing Super Mario 3D Land. It is an odd take on handheld Mario games where, like, the whole perspective has changed. They're clearly trying to not be anything like the new Super Mario Bros. Games, but it's a weird thing because it's trying to be a hybrid between 2D Mario games. I think I did say 2.5D a lot in the build up to this, but it's not really that. It is genuine 3D. It's just like 3D movement, but in a 2D direction. You're going left to right generally. It's just that you can't really explore much. It's a linear level. It's a bit like Mario Galaxy, to be fair. It's a linear level, but it's got 3D elements to it, and they tried to push 3D a lot. Wasn't that useful? I remember there were a few puzzles where it was actually like eye-openingly creative, but very, very underrated game for the most part. I remember the long jump being crap in this. It was very, very short, but you know, you had other ways of playing around, and it had a fun post game. Like, it didn't do anything creative, but like the levels were recycled from before. There were like different, there were like 8 bonus worlds or something crazy, and they had like time limits. It was fun to do. I got a lot out of it. I can't complain. I'll put it here because it is good, but it's just there's a top list up here and it's not there. Super Mario Run is inoffensive by Mario related mobile games. If you played Mario Kart Tour, if Mario Kart Tour was here, I'd have to make a few more tiers and bring it down here somewhere, but Mario Run is okay. I didn't play it for very long. I didn't enjoy it for very long. I can't say it's bad though. I just want to put it here and forget about it because honestly, it's okay, but I feel like Nintendo's forgotten about it as well, so I might as well. Is everybody okay with me just putting 64 up here and leaving it? Because, like, I can't add anything to discussion. There's nothing more to be said. It's just, it's a wonderful game. It's aged not brilliantly, but it still works. It still works really well. If the DS version was on here as a separate thing, it would be much further down. The controls are still really good. That hasn't changed. Graphically, obviously, we've flown forward with that, but like actual like makeup of the game and controls and really like the level design is still all really good. So like it's just amazing. We'll just move on. Super Mario World is like the 2D version of Super Mario 64. It's aged really well. It's just more the same, but it's two-dimensional. I remember playing it. I didn't play it on the SNES, but I played it on the GBA originally, which has a few differences, like Luigi's in the game and actually acts differently. It's like a different opening. There's probably some other things I've forgotten, but I used to play this game a lot, and maybe there's some bias there that because I played it as a child and I was absorbed by it, that I feel like it can do no wrong. There's no massive flaws. That's the thing. Like, there's some issues, like some of the enemy design's a bit repetitive in places, but you know, the whole credit sequence designed to show you how many enemies there really are, so they don't really use it as much as they should, but I just enjoy it. I'd happily pick it up and play it right now, but I'm making a video, so it's slightly difficult. Super Mario Land 2, a game that I think this is where Wario came in. This is his debut, isn't it? And similar type of thing to the first game. It's actually shockingly similar to the first game, to the point where I'm just going to do this, because like stylistically they're very similar. Both Game Boy games, both devoid of color. This is slightly better, I suppose. It's got some slightly more interesting components to it, but ultimately it is still a very strange Mario game that, you know, if you're not exactly prepared for it, it might take you off guard, and, you know, do you really want to think about that? There's a lot of other Mario games that I prefer to play, but I wouldn't kick this out of bed for trying. It's, you know, it's a bit of fun. Which leads me on to Super Mario Maker 2, which, like, the idea of Mario Maker on the Switch is pretty perfect, because I'm pretty sure Mario Maker 1 got a 3DS port anyway, so they clearly wanted to go in this direction of having some kind of portability to Mario Maker, so obviously Mario Maker 2 works, and it added a lot of things that we always needed, like slopes and some kind of course design overhaul, like an overview of the course design, multiplayer, of course, and online, that sort of stuff. A bit hazy, wasn't exactly implemented in the way we all expected. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first game, and I'm wondering how much of that is the appeal of Mario Maker dwindling over time, or like the shock of what Mario Maker is dwindling over time, because it is still a really good game. I would say, like, on a technical level, it's probably better than the original, but how I felt about it, I didn't feel as attached to the game, so like, I didn't spend as long playing it, and I felt like Nintendo, they dropped support of it a bit fast in a way. Like, I don't know, I feel like B is the only place I can put it. Like, if I have to put it in A, it'd have to be a low A, and we haven't really got them ranked like that, so, you know, it doesn't really make sense, but I don't know, it's a good game, but just didn't have as much fun. Which brings us finally to Super Mario Odyssey, which is a game I loved to pieces when I played it, and now I'm just wondering, is there any genuine argument I can make that it can't be an S tier? Because it is the best Mario game we've had for a long time. Like, it's hard to rank these. This is why I wanted to do a tier list, because Super Mario Galaxy is a wonderful game. Super Mario Odyssey is like in and around there. It's a toss-up for me for the best Mario game. Like, if I was to say that, like, maybe Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario 64 are on the lower end of things, but even saying that feels weird, so Super Mario Odyssey is obviously S tier, but is there anything I can say that maybe brings it down to A? Like, the openness is good, I enjoy the openness of the levels. I don't really like, to be fair, now we're here, the way they advertised it and talked about the game. They said it was a return to Sunshine and 64 for content and for ideas and level design, but it's not really, because they just have a large open world, lots of large open worlds that you can go to. No episodes though, and I really enjoyed the episodes, because the idea that you could get things in one episode that could tie over to another episode. In Mario Sunshine you can do episodes out of order, so I mean, to be honest, in Mario 64 you could as well, but Mario Odyssey isn't really that kind of game. It's like it's a different beast entirely. We haven't really seen something like it in Mario before, but I don't think that's a bad thing, it's just slightly misleading. I have to put it in S, because it's still wonderful. The scope of movement is crazy, because we've never had Mario move like this before. I doubt we'll see him move like that ever again. So yeah, anyway, that's my Mario games tier list. It's not too wild. I think that is reflective of how I'm feeling right now. Maybe it will change in the future. Feel free to disagree. Of course, make your own. Let me know what you think. Am I completely wrong? Does Mario Maker 2 need to be up here? Down there. Maybe down there. No, does Mario Run need to be up here? Is Lost Levels the best game in the entire world? Do you need psychiatric counseling? I don't know, but let me know, and let me know as well if you enjoyed this video, and if you want me to do similar tier list style videos in the future. I have no idea. This is just kind of off the cuff. Just thought it would be a fun thing to do. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in whatever is the next thing that I do. Take care, everybody.